Hello, I'm Anne, and welcome back to Elizabeth Ann Reads. Today I'm going to talk about picture books. I'm sure there's channels out there that talk about picture books. I don't watch them, but I think a good picture book is always worth reading. So today I'm going to talk about 5 of my favorite picture books that I think are underrated or that I have never heard people talk about. Doesn't mean you don't know about them, just means people aren't talking about them. I'm not including other favorites. I mean, things like Where the Wild Things Are or Dr. Seuss. I mean, those people know about those. So these are 5 what I think are underrated or books that are not known as well as they should be. So I've got 5 in no particular order. The first one is Lemony Snicket, The Composer is Dead. Now everyone knows Lemony Snicket. He wrote A Series of Unfortunate Events. But this picture book is phenomenal. This follows a detective who is interviewing an orchestra trying to figure out who killed the composer. It also comes with an audio CD that has the music in the background, and it's phenomenal. What is funny about this book is the characterization he gives to the different instruments. So if you know anything about music, or if you've been part of a band or choir, you will find this even funnier. It just talks about, let's see, let me give you an example here. So he's talking to the flutes and to figure out if they are the ones who killed the composer. And the flute said, no, we were doing bird imitations. We are the shiniest and high-pitched of the woodwinds. It seems like all we ever do are bird imitations. Whenever the orchestra needs a bird, there we are. Aha, the inspector cried, perhaps you murdered the composer for making you act like birds. Don't make us laugh, the flutes cried. We're much too wimpy and high-pitched for murder. Ask the reed instruments. They're much sneakier than us. And then it goes through the clarinets and all the different instruments. I just think it is fantastically funny. And I think even if you don't know anything about music, I think you would still enjoy this book. All right, book number 2, on a completely different note. This is A Sick Day for Amos McGee, written by Philip C. Stead, illustrated by Aaron E. Stead. And this is a Caldecott winner, so you may know about this one. This is about this man, Amos McGee, who is a zookeeper. And each day he goes to the zoo and he has these different traditions that he does every day with the animals. And he runs races with the tortoise, and he plays chess with the elephant. And then one day he gets sick and he can't go to work. So all the animals come to see him instead. You can see them all here waiting for the bus. And they come and they check on Amos McGee. And the elephant sets up a game of chess. The tortoise says they can play hide and seek instead of run races. It's just a charming book. I love the illustrations. It has a very old-fashioned feel to it, which I love. I think it's written in 2010. Yeah, 2010. But it just has this, just this old-fashioned, sweet vibe to it that I really love. So that is A Sick Day for Amos McGee. Book number 3 is The Fantastic Flying Books of Mr. Morris Lessmore by William Joyce. This is about Mr. Morris Lessmore, who loves books. Again, you've got a book with beautiful illustrations. He loves books, and then one day there's a storm and the wind blows and everything gets scattered, even the words in his book. And he begins to wander, and all of a sudden he sees flying books. And I'm going to leave you there. You're going to have to pick up this book and find out what happens for yourself. But it's just a wonderful story, a little bit sad. It might make you a little teary. But again, great story, beautiful illustrations, definitely worth picking up. All right, the next book we're going to talk about, book number 4, is The Jolly Postman by Janet and Alan Alberg. Again, you might be familiar with this one, but the fun thing about this one is this postman delivers letters to different nursery rhyme characters. So you've got, here's a letter for Mr. and Mrs. Bear, but the fun part is that you actually get something in the letter. So here we have, what do we have? You have a thank you note from Goldilocks here inside the letter. So it has all these little pieces that you can pull out There are also more books in this series. There's a Christmas one, and I believe there's a third one too. I haven't actually seen that third one. Here you've got a letter for a giant, and it's got a postcard from Jack. Sent him a little postcard. It's just a very fun, interactive, for kids that like to interact with their books. This is a great one. Here you've got one for Cinderella at the palace. And you have a publisher basically sending her a little booklet of her story. So again, very fun, very interactive, all kinds of fun envelopes that you get to open and see inside. Here's a birthday card for Goldilocks. So definitely worth picking up and reading with your kids. The last book I'm going to mention is very different, and it may, depending on your children, it may not be for real young children. But this is The Mysteries of Harris Burdick by Chris Van Allsburg. Chris Van Allsburg is well known. He wrote a lot of books, including The Polar Express. He wrote Jumanji, several books like that. But this one is lesser known, but this is the one we checked out from the library all the time growing up. It's not a continuing story. Each page stands alone, and it is about this man, Harris Burdick, who one day leaves this series of photographs or drawings on a publisher's desk. Each drawing has a title and one line from the story that accompanies the drawing. And so all it gives you is these beautiful drawings. And then the title of this one is Archie Smith, Boy Wonder. And then the sentence is, a tiny voice asked, is he the one? And that's all it gives you. These make great writing prompts if you homeschool your children, or just if you're an adult and like writing. But all kinds. Some of them are a little bit creepy. Here you've got this man with the chair. You can see there's a lump in the carpet. And this one is called Under the Rug. And it says, 2 weeks passed and it happened again. This is one of my favorites. This beautiful illustration of this child sleeping and the open book with the vines coming out of it. This one's called Mr. Linden's Library. He had warned her about the book. Now it was too late. So I think this is a really fun book, really interesting. It can create great conversations and get kind of the creativity flowing in your children, again, or in you. And I think it's definitely worth having on the shelf. So that's it. 5 picture books that I think you should know about. Be sure and let me know down below what your favorite lesser known picture books are. I would love to find some more unknown favorites. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more from me, and hope you have a great day.